In the previous episode, we covered overcoming the struggle of beginning a new workout and how to ease yourself into the ancient Hellenic Tetras program. But what happens if you need to break the cycle? How do you deal with the need for skipping a few days or taking time off to deal with exercise burnout or fatigue? One of the critiques of the Tetras system by a Greek scholar of the Roman era named Philostratus was that maintaining the cycle was too strict. He mentions an ancient Hellenic Olympic athlete named Gerinos who had won a pan-Hellenic event in wrestling, and a few days after doing so, went to celebrate his victory. During this celebration, he ate and drank more than he was used to, and as a result, he couldn't sleep. The following day, he felt unwell. He told his coach that he couldn't exercise due to sleep deprivation and stomach pain. His coach did not take this well, and instead of allowing him to take a break, he angrily accused him of being lazy and wanting to break the cycle. In an attempt to disprove these allegations, Gerinos quietly obliged and obeyed his coach's orders. This proved to be a fatal mistake because the exercise led him to a sudden death. Of course, like Philostratus' account of the death of the Pankration at Hygiene, we don't know if his version of this story is in any way factual. However, whether this happened or not, it is valid to criticize a workout program that is so rigid and strict that it would not allow someone to take a break when necessary. In the end, working out is about consistency, and it's always better to be safe than risk grievous injury or exhaustion, especially when working out alone. Philostratus ended up dismissing the Tetras routine for this very reason. Although not only is the fix for this fault simple, the Tetras routine is actually perfect for allowing prolonged breaks and providing a method for bouncing back into the cycle with a minimum amount of stress in both mind and body. If you'd like to learn how to build your own Tetras through seeing me make a new one each month, I have a new series where I've been posting 15 to 20 minute videos each week, creating both the Tetras and an accompanying 4-day nutritional plan based on the ancient Hellenic Mediterranean diet, all while explaining my thought process in creating each element within. You can receive all this with a $10 a month subscription, and by doing so you'll be helping me in writing an academic book on Pankration that will include a chapter on exercise and nutrition. Other exclusive content that you'll gain access to include part 1 of the analysis of Human Weapon, YouTube shorts, and scripts of each video on the channel. As of the recording of this video, I'm about a third of the way to the goal necessary to begin authorship of the book. With your help, I can get it done. Now, back to how to use and modify the Tetras to help you bounce back from burnout or fatigue. If you've been following the channel, you know that the Tetras routine is configured as so. Day 1 is the warm-up day for day 2, the most intense day of the Tetras. This is where you find and or push your limits. Day 3 is then dedicated to cooling down, so only a minimum amount of working out is necessary. Finally, day 4 is meant for honing and perfecting technique, whether it be the technique of a sport or the exercises themselves. How much you work out each day depends on your own limits. The cap is getting tired but not exhausted. That would constitute 100% effort. This is incredibly important because you don't want to reach a level of fatigue or soreness after day 2 that will disallow you from continuing the cycle. With these effort levels in mind, day 1 is 75%, day 2 is 100%, day 3 is 25%, and day 4 is 50%. As you can see, the increments are strictly capped at 25%. This means that the Tetras prohibits jumping in effort levels abruptly, which can cause injury. However, when it comes to decreasing effort levels, there is no similar restriction, though there is also no day dedicated to no exercise whatsoever. Back to the original question. What happens if you need to take some days off due to unforeseen circumstances? This could be anything from feeling unwell to having obligations you need to meet to simply not being in the mood to exercise. In this case, whatever day you are on of the Tetras, jump to day 3, the day with a minimum 25% effort level requirement. In essence, day 3 is now day 1. This is your new starting point, and you can repeat this new day 1 until you are ready to continue increasing intensity once again. And I know this may sound like an opt-out, but it really is not, because there is still a workout to be done. And this is the only workout you need to pressure yourself into doing. The exercise may be light, but it will keep you active throughout the hardship or unwillingness to exercise, which is infinitely better than abandoning the program altogether. Because, in the end, you don't want to end up hating what you're doing. You want to make exercising a habit that you see as an enjoyable challenge rather than a chore. How little this exercise can be will depend on your personal limits. It can consist of as little as going on a walk, cycling for half an hour, or going a few rounds on a heavy bag. It will not tire you, and it may not feel substantial, but it is deceptively beneficial, both physically and psychologically. Remember, the appetite for an increase in workout intensity will inevitably return if you stick to exercising, even if it's just 20 to 30 minutes a day. When it does, move on to day 2, which is normally day 4. Do not increase the intensity level abruptly. This is for the best because it will ensure your safety and gradual return to the schedule. But never feel rushed to return to the higher intensity level. Each day you exercise minimally, instead of not at all, is an investment in sticking with the program and achieving your fitness goals in the future. Patience is a virtue, because the most crucial aspect of working out is consistency. Everything else will come with time.